Today we're looking at an ancient school of thought that can still provide valuable insight today: Stoicism. Many centuries ago, wise men like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca pondered what a good and fulfilling life could look like. Their ideas have survived to this day and can help us better understand life and live with greater contentment. If you're curious about what these ideas might mean for your own life, feel free to stick around. It's worth it. I'm glad you're here and hope you read to the end. You'll discover how the teachings of the Stoics can help you identify your goals more clearly and perceive each moment more consciously. If this is your first time here, I would appreciate it if you saved or shared this post. This way I can continue to prepare helpful content for you in the future. One of the most important things you can take away from today is this idea: there are things you can change and others you can't control. If you learn to differentiate between the two, it will be easier for you to remain calm and be internally strong, even when life isn't easy. Stoicism helps us deal better with difficulties. It shows us ways to remain calm, even when things are stormy around us. Instead of running away from problems, we learn to face them courageously and learn from them. Every challenge can be an opportunity to become stronger and grow personally. It's about taking life as it comes and taking something positive from every experience. If you want to learn more about how to apply these ideas in your everyday life, you'll find many suggestions in our book, Unshakable Stoic. Now let's dig a little deeper. You don't have to tell everyone everything that's bothering you. Some people will listen because they like you, but many won't. And some might even secretly enjoy your problems. That doesn't mean you always have to carry everything on your own. It's more about choosing carefully who you trust. Look for people who are honest with you, kind to you, and support you when you need them. It's nice to believe in the good in people, but it's even more important to surround yourself with people who have already shown you that they are good for you. This creates genuine, trusting, and healthy relationships in which you feel safe and understood. Your life belongs to you alone. Only you can feel what's good for you and which path you want to take. Everyone has their own desires and challenges. That's why it's important that you make decisions that truly suit you. Gratitude can help you do this. If you appreciate the things you already have, you'll see that you're surrounded by so much beauty. A single bad day doesn't mean everything in your life is bad. Sometimes things happen that we wish were different, but that's just a small part of a much bigger story. Every now and then, think back to the moments that brought you joy. You've probably experienced a lot of beautiful things. Don't forget that. And stop constantly comparing yourself to others. Every time you do that, you miss how special your own life is. Instead, look at what you've already achieved and be proud of yourself. Helping others is a good thing, but don't always expect praise for it. Some people don't see how much effort you put in or don't appreciate it. Don't let that disappoint you. Your kindness is important even if it goes unnoticed. Help out of conviction, not because you want something in return, but because it shows who you are. As you reflect on your life, remember, guilt doesn't change what's happened, and worry doesn't improve what's to come. The only moment you can truly shape is the one you're in right now. By learning from your mistakes and doing your best, you can move on and grow. Don't dwell on past thoughts for too long, and don't get caught up in what might happen. Thinking too much about yesterday or tomorrow can rob you of the joy of today. Every person you meet brings you something. Some give you warmth, others show you what to pay attention to. Even difficult people can help you become stronger and understand more. You'll recognize someone's true nature when they no longer need anything and yet remain friendly. When someone acts honestly and sincerely in difficult times, it reveals their true character. Don't just observe their words, pay attention to their behavior too. Don't get married just because others expect you to, or because you're afraid of being alone. A strong marriage is built on affection, trust, and a genuine connection, not pressure or a sense of having to prove something. Time often passes without us noticing. Tell the people you love how important they are to you, and say it often. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Life is full of surprises. Seize the opportunity to show your feelings while you can. If you've never doubted whether you're on the right path, you may have never tried anything truly new. It's perfectly normal to be unsure sometimes. It shows that you're changing and continuing to learn. You learn a lot precisely when you dare to venture down unfamiliar paths. Not everyone who says they support you means it. Some only stay as long as they get something out of it. Don't just listen to their words, look at their actions. Real help isn't shown in promises, but in what someone actually does for you. You can't make someone love you just because you love them very much. True love develops when both people truly feel it. You can't force someone to change their feelings. Sometimes it's better to let someone go, even if it hurts. Words have a lot of power. If you say something, you can't simply take it back. You may be forgiven, but many words stay in your mind for a long time. Think carefully before you speak, because your words can comfort or hurt. Speak kindly and consider what you want to say. If someone treats you badly, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Your worth doesn't depend on how others see you. You are important just the way you are, even if not everyone recognizes it. If you only do what feels good or easy at the moment, you may end up disappointed later. Think about what's really important to you and don't give up on your goals. Sometimes it's worth giving up on things in order to be happier later. Being alone can be better than staying with someone who makes you sad. Imagine living every day with someone who doesn't respect you or makes you feel bad. Being alone doesn't mean you're weak. It shows you value yourself. It takes courage to say no, especially when it feels awkward. But when you set boundaries, you're taking good care of yourself. Some people may try to make you feel bad, but never forget, your inner peace is something very precious. When you protect it, you demonstrate self-love, not selfishness. Every decision you make today affects your tomorrow. Imagine that everything you do is like a small seed in the ground. If you do good, work hard, and remain courageous, you will experience joy, success, and strength later. Some situations keep coming up until we understand what we're supposed to learn from them. It's a bit like when a teacher explains something over and over until we understand it. If you pay close attention, you can learn to act more wisely and avoid mistakes. Anger is like a powerful storm. If you don't control it, it can hurt you and others. It's okay to be angry. These feelings are completely normal. But it's important to learn how to deal with them before they become too big. It's not always important to be right. Sometimes it's wiser to end an argument, even if you think you're right. Always wanting to win can ruin relationships. Truly wise people are those who listen and try to understand the other person. The people around you influence you more than you might think. They affect your thoughts, your feelings, and even your behavior. That's why it's important to choose carefully who you spend your time with. Surround yourself with people who are good for you and help you grow. Sometimes there's no clear right or wrong path. In such moments, it's better to choose a path and pursue it wholeheartedly. Often, it's not the choice itself that changes everything, but rather how much courage, love, and strength you put into it. Even an uncertain beginning can later become something truly special. Many people are afraid of making mistakes and therefore don't dare to try new things. But that's a mistake. Mistakes are a part of life. They help us learn and become stronger. Everyone who tries something new gains experience, even if it sometimes goes wrong. And that's exactly how you grow. It's important to feel comfortable in your own body and with yourself. If you believe you need someone to feel whole, you're giving away your power. True well-being begins within you when you learn to enjoy spending time with yourself. You don't have to live the way others want you to. It's your life. You're not here to please everyone else. What really matters is that you follow your own path and do what feels good to you. Not every thought needs to be spoken out loud. It's often better to be quiet for a moment and think things through. Just talking can hurt others or cause arguments. If you choose your words carefully, you can resolve many things peacefully. Some things in life can't be changed, no matter how much we want to. Then we have no choice but to learn to deal with the pain or say goodbye, even if it's difficult. Some insights only come with time, through what we ourselves go through. Imagine each day is like a blank sheet of paper. You can rewrite it however you want. You can't change what happened yesterday, but you can start anew today and make different decisions. You have the power within you to make a difference in your life. Even the decision to develop yourself is an important step. Even small steps can bring about big changes if you persist. There are people who constantly demand something from you without giving anything back. They always want more without consideration. That's why it's important to surround yourself with people who support you just as much as you are there for them. If someone only stays with you because they want something from you, you should ask yourself if this relationship is good for you. True friendship or love means helping each other, not always giving. 3 things are especially precious: the love of your family, your own heart, and your sense of self-worth. If you neglect these things, you'll lose your footing. But if you preserve them, you'll find peace and joy within yourself. It helps you look forward instead of constantly thinking about what happened. People who dwell too much on the past often become stuck inside. But if you focus on what you want to achieve, you can grow. Sometimes it's not the people who change. Sometimes it's only over time that you realize who they really are. This can be painful, but it helps you see things more clearly. Treat others with respect, even if you think they don't deserve it. It's not about how they treat you, but about how you want to be. Your behavior reflects who you are. If you remain kind, you maintain your dignity, no matter how others react. Some worries seem overwhelming, but maybe you don't have to overcome them. Perhaps it's more about learning to live with them. Life doesn't always present us with challenges so we can overcome them, but rather so we can grow from them. Even if we don't immediately see the meaning, every experience teaches us something. Don't make important decisions when you have very strong emotions. When you're sad, angry, or excited, things seem worse or completely different than they really are. Wait until your thoughts calm down. Only then can you see clearly and avoid doing things you'll later regret. Sometimes relationships involve people who aren't good for you. If you're holding on to someone who makes you feel weak and sad, sometimes it's better to let them go. Your peace and happiness are very precious. They should always be protected. If you want to know what someone is really like, observe them in difficult moments. How a person behaves when they don't get something often reveals more than their words. What others say about you or how they treat you doesn't determine your worth. It says more about how they themselves feel or think. If you make something wrong, it shows that you have the courage to do something. Every mistake is like a small step on a learning path. Nobody can do everything right away, and everyone who wants to achieve something makes a few mistakes along the way. Don't be afraid of not succeeding right away. Every new attempt brings you closer to your goal. Love alone isn't enough to keep a relationship going. Love is important, but without honest conversations and genuine listening, difficulties arise over time. Many people don't talk about their worries because they don't want to argue, but bottling everything up only makes things harder. Speaking openly takes courage, but it helps maintain trust and closeness. You can learn something from everything you experience, whether pleasant or difficult. Difficult times in particular show you how much strength you have within you. If you look closely, you'll find an opportunity for growth in every experience. Even if it hurts in the moment, something good can come from it later. You discover what someone is really like, not in happy moments, but in difficult times. Being kind when things are easy is easy. But those who remain honest, calm, and patient even in difficult times show true strength. Every challenge is an opportunity to remain courageous and steadfast. If you think someone is perfect, you'll be disappointed one day. No one is without weaknesses, and it's unfair to demand that. It's better to see someone as they truly are, with both light and shadows. This way, you protect yourself from hurt and stick to the truth. Every difficult situation makes you a little stronger. Every setback, every disappointment, and every pain takes you a little further. You often don't realize this until later, but when you look back, you'll see how much you've learned and how much strength you've gained. When you get married, all aspects of your relationship become more visible. The good things become even more beautiful, but the problems also become more apparent. That's why it's important to talk openly and look for solutions together. What once seemed small can become bigger in marriage, but if you're both willing to put in the effort, you can overcome even the toughest times. Other people look to you to understand how they're allowed to treat you. You show them from the start what's acceptable and what's not. If you remain silent even when you're hurt, some people think it's okay. But if you clearly state what's important to you, others understand that you deserve respect. Boundaries help you protect yourself and maintain good relationships. Change doesn't happen on its own. You have to do something about it, whether it's friendships, school, or your dreams. If you want to improve something, you have to take action. Hope is a start, but it's not enough. Only when you take responsibility and take action will your life begin to change. Sometimes difficult times seem sad or painful at first. But later, you often realize that they've helped you become braver and wiser. It can be helpful to let go of things you can't change and trust that life is moving you in a positive direction. Even though it hurts, there's something important you can learn from every pain. Don't give up. One day you'll understand why things turned out the way they did. It's not always a bad thing if you don't get what you want. Sometimes it means something better is waiting for you. A new path or a surprising opportunity can reveal that what you initially wanted might not have been the best thing for you after all. Loving yourself is very important. The more you accept yourself as you are, the less you need praise from others. When you value yourself, you feel more secure, even without constant external validation. Not everyone is good at handling secrets. Just because you're trusting doesn't mean others will be too. Think carefully about who you share personal information with. Choose people who will take you seriously and treat your trust with respect. Change begins within you. It's not always about changing everything around you. Often, it makes a big difference if you change your perspective on things or your behavior. If you think and act consciously, you can move your life in a better direction. Mistakes are part of life. They don't show you're weak, but rather that you're trying something and learning along the way. The important thing is not to stand still. Every mistake can teach you something as you move forward. When you can control your emotions, you remain calmer inside. You decide for yourself whether you let yourself be upset by the words or actions of others. Those who make you angry have power over you, but when you stay calm, you retain control over your thoughts and actions. Success doesn't just happen. To achieve great things, you need hard work, patience, and perseverance. The effort you put in today will help you fulfill your dreams tomorrow. Fear can keep you from exploring new paths, but if you face it, you'll become braver and discover things you'd never have experienced otherwise. Beyond the fear, something wonderful may be waiting for you. If you really want something, you'll find a way. If you're not serious about it, you'll find an excuse. True motivation is stronger than any excuse. It helps you stick with it. Even when things are difficult, it's impossible to be liked by everyone. No matter how hard you try, there will always be people who don't understand or like you. Don't pretend. Stay true to yourself and find people who accept you for who you are. Sometimes you have to take risks to move forward. Trying something new can be scary, but if you only do what you already know, you'll never discover what you're capable of. Brave steps open doors you never saw before. Much advice comes from the experiences of others. People tell you what worked for them, but not every tip is right for you. Take your time to consider whether the advice you receive truly fits your path. Often, it's not overly ambitious goals that hold us back, it's too small ones. If you only set simple goals for yourself, it may be easy to accomplish them, but you'll barely grow from them. It's as if you'd rather crawl slowly, even though you could fly. Those who think big usually get further, even if they don't quite reach their goal. Small steps are important, but big tasks make you stronger. Other people often behave the way you show them. If you want to be treated with kindness and respect, be kind and respectful yourself. If you expect honesty, be honest. What you give often comes back to you, like an echo reflecting your actions. Before you say something, ask yourself whether your feelings are playing a role. Are you angry, jealous, or insecure right now? Words have power. They can help others, but they can also hurt. Once you've said something, you can't take it back. That's why it's wise to think for a moment beforehand. Make sure your words are honest and sound friendly. This way, you can avoid arguments and preserve friendships. Your body accompanies you throughout your life. It can accomplish a lot, but only if you take good care of it. If you eat healthily, exercise, and get enough sleep, you'll feel alert and well. If you mistreat your body, it will become tired and weak. Like a valuable tool, it functions better when you care for it. Some people often say they're telling the truth, but that may be precisely when they're trying to hide something. True honesty is quiet. It doesn't need big words because it's strong enough to speak for itself. If someone seems to be trying hard to appear credible, they may be insecure. The truth will come out in the end anyway. If you want to change something in your life, don't wait for someone else to do it for you. Change starts with you. If you're willing to take responsibility and do something, many things can improve. It all starts with the first step, and you have to take it yourself. Your life is like a book you write yourself. Others can guide you or give you advice, but you decide where you go and what you experience. Every decision you make shapes your future. Write your story in a way that suits you. Living honestly means not doing anything that will later lead you to tell an untruth. When you lie, you have to remember who you told what, which makes everything more difficult. When you're honest, you don't have to worry about forgetting something or getting caught up in something. Besides, you don't become better by putting others down. Some people think they look smarter by putting others down, but that just shows they're insecure. True strength is shown when you lift others up instead of tearing them down. Self-confidence doesn't develop when you constantly compare yourself to others or belittle them. It grows when you're honest with yourself and work toward your own goals. The more you focus on your own path, the less you need external validation. Those who trust themselves know that they don't have to put anyone down to feel valuable. Taking care of yourself isn't a sign of selfishness, it's necessary. Your body, your thoughts, and your feelings need attention. When you're feeling well, you're better able to be there for others. If you constantly forget about yourself, you'll become exhausted, sad, or irritable. But if you take good care of yourself, you'll have more energy for everything else. Just like on an airplane, only when you help yourself can you help others. Some people seem smart at first because they appear self-confident, but if you listen closely, you sometimes realize they don't know that much. First impressions can be deceiving. It's better to pay attention to what someone actually says and how they act. This reveals much more about who they're really like. Sometimes it helps to let things go and trust that everything will sort itself out over time. Not everything in life can be planned or determined. Those who constantly try to maintain control make life difficult for themselves. It's good to stay calm and believe that solutions will emerge. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything, but there are times when worrying is useless. Often a solution will appear when you're not looking for it. There are many things in life that are uncertain, but the greatest obstacle is not trying anything. If you're afraid of making mistakes or failing, you'll stand still. But those who never dare will never know what they're capable of. Standing still can sometimes do more harm than moving forward courageously. Every attempt takes you further, even if it doesn't go perfectly. You are the only person who will always be with you. That's why it's important to love yourself and recognize your own worth. If you reject yourself or pretend to be someone else, you'll never feel truly comfortable. You can't avoid yourself. That's why it's wise to accept yourself as you are and improve what you don't like. Those who are in harmony with themselves live happier and freer lives. Too many thoughts can confuse you. When you're constantly ruminating, everything seems more difficult than it really is. We often worry about things that never happen. Thoughtfulness is important, but thinking too long can increase anxiety and uncertainty. Sometimes it's better to just do something instead of losing yourself in worry. Don't let what others say about you bother you when you're not there. People who often talk about others are sometimes dissatisfied with their own lives. They prefer to focus on other people's mistakes rather than developing themselves. Such words shouldn't harm you. What really matters is how you see yourself, not what others think. The most difficult experiences often bring the greatest insights. Even if the pain is almost unbearable at the moment, later on you'll realize that you've learned something important from it. Every difficult time leaves its mark, but it also gives you new insights, strength, and growth. Learn to be happy with yourself. You don't need anyone to complete you or show you your worth. True happiness begins within. When you recognize what you're capable of and are proud of your path, you become independent of what others give or say. Those who seek happiness only in others are often disappointed, because contentment arises within themselves. If you're used to depending on others for your inner balance, you'll often feel insecure. True strength emerges when you realize that you can be happy on your own. Then your connections with other people will also improve, because you're with them, because you want to be, not because you need them. Act as if you've experienced a new situation before. Even if you feel unsure, it can help to appear calm and determined. When you show courage, everything seems easier, and others treat you with more respect. Even if you're nervous inside, a firm posture will help you feel more confident. Be open to change, but don't let it dominate your entire life. Change will take you further, but you shouldn't forget to choose your own path. It's good to embrace new things, as long as you decide how to deal with them. A good life develops when you remain curious, but also consider what truly suits you. Just because something could have happened differently doesn't mean it would have been better. Sometimes we think about what didn't happen and believe it would have made us happier, but no one really knows how things would have turned out. It's wiser to focus on what's here and make the most of it. Life doesn't get easier, but you become stronger over time. With each experience, your courage grows, and you learn to better handle difficult moments. The problems don't disappear, but you find better ways to deal with them. This gives you security and helps you move on. It's not your mistakes that reveal who you are. It's how you deal with them. Everyone makes mistakes sometimes. What matters is that you learn from them and do things differently next time. Mistakes don't mean you've failed. They help you become wiser and more experienced. Some people will disappoint you. That's why it's important to stay strong inside. Trust others, but make sure you can feel comfortable without them. Nobody is perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. If you don't make your happiness dependent on others, you protect your heart and stay true to yourself. Putting in a lot of effort doesn't mean everything will work out right away, but doing nothing often leads to poor results. Even small steps will get you further. If you do nothing at all, you'll stand still. It's better to move slowly than not at all. Perseverance will bring you closer to your goal. If you constantly want everyone to like you, you'll never be completely satisfied. It's like you're always chasing someone else. True happiness comes from accepting yourself as you are, with your strengths and weaknesses. If you're only happy when others like you, you'll often feel empty. Contentment comes from following your own heart. The more you learn to let go, the lighter everything feels. It's like you're shedding a heavy burden. Some things you can't change, and accepting that gives you inner peace. This doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It just means you're not letting your worries control you. With inner peace, you make better decisions. Nobody can do everything right all the time. Being perfect is impossible. It's much better to get a little better every day than to always strive to be flawless. Development takes time. No one is flawless, but everyone can learn something new every day. Your worth doesn't depend on what others think or say. If something or someone belittles you, it's not good for you. Your self-worth is like a garden that you must tend. Only you determine how much you're worth. Protect your self-confidence so you can walk your path with courage. Often, people treat you the way you allow them to. If you allow someone to treat you badly, they'll think it's okay. It's important to set clear boundaries, for yourself and for others. It's okay to say no sometimes when you need to protect yourself. You don't have to be there for everyone all the time. If you take good care of yourself, you'll stay balanced. Making decisions is sometimes difficult, but doing nothing often takes you even further away from your goal. You'll never be completely sure if you're doing everything right, but it's brave to take a step. If you have to change something later, that's okay. It's part of the learning process. Every small step shows that you're ready to move on. Happiness isn't something that only comes at the very end. It's already here, along your path. If you think you can only be happy once you've achieved something, you're missing out on many beautiful moments. Happiness lies in the little things, in a smile, in a kind word, in a single step forward. It's not just about the destination, but also about enjoying the journey. Sometimes it feels like you're stuck, Perhaps you're still clinging to the person you used to be. Difficult times change you. To grow, you have to dare to discover a new side of yourself. A part of you is ready to move forward, but to do so, you have to let go of what no longer belongs to you. There will always be people who don't see your worth. But the most important thing is that you never forget it yourself. You don't need anyone to tell you that you're valuable. You have to know that for yourself. Your self-confidence is the foundation upon which you build your life. When you respect yourself, you realize that you don't need praise from others to feel good about yourself. Those who think they're always right often stop listening properly, but there's a lot to learn in life, and that's only possible if you stay open-minded. It takes courage to listen to other opinions and admit that you don't know everything. But that's exactly what makes you stronger. You can learn from mistakes and new experiences and develop further. No one in the world is responsible for giving you anything. You are the one who can shape your life. Waiting won't get you anywhere. You have to do something if something is important to you. Those who are willing to make an effort and take responsibility have the best chance of fulfilling their wishes. Some things you can't change. Some experiences happen even though you don't want them to. And sometimes you have to let people go in order to avoid losing yourself. It's difficult, but it's also an opportunity to learn something important. Every difficulty helps you become stronger and wiser. Your dreams won't come true overnight. To get what you want, you need patience and strength. Success doesn't just happen, it grows with every small step you take. Every decision brings you closer to your goal. Even if it's challenging at times, don't give up. Those who keep going always get closer to what's important to them. Life can change very quickly. That's why it's good to be grateful for what you have. You never know how long something will last. That's why every moment is precious. Use your time to do good and share joy. At the end of the day, when you know you've given your best, you can be proud of yourself. Sometimes you get hurt by people you never expected. It's hard to understand that not everyone who's kind means what they say. When you're betrayed, it hurts. But it also shows you that you need to be more careful. Words aren't always the most important thing. Pay attention to behavior. Actions often speak louder than fine words. Don't make important decisions when you're unsure or afraid. Many people doubt themselves in difficult moments, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. Don't wait forever to live your dreams. You don't know how much time you have, so get started. Write down what's important to you and move slowly but surely in that direction. If you focus on what really matters, you'll get a little closer to your goal every day. The more difficult your path becomes, the more you grow. It's as if every difficult situation helps you learn faster. Every hurdle shows you how much strength you have within you. Problems are like exercises for your will. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Every challenge takes you a step further. Don't look for excuses, look for opportunities. You can change your life. Sometimes just a fresh perspective is enough to turn a difficulty into an opportunity. Mistakes are part of life. It's okay if you don't succeed at something. What matters is what you learn from it. Mistakes show you where you can improve. They're like small steps that help you move forward. Find people who support you and help you think differently. People who motivate you, enrich your life, and open you up to new perspectives. When you are angry, wait to make decisions. In such moments, it's easy to say or do things you later regret. It's better to calm down before making important decisions. Once you've experienced pain yourself, it's easier to understand what others feel. Compassion makes you more attentive and loving. When you try to understand the feelings of others, you'll see how important it is to act with heart. Be careful who you let into your life. There are people who drain your energy and leave you feeling sad or empty. When they leave, they often blame others. Growing up means dealing with difficult situations without depending on others for everything. You alone decide how you react to something. Even if you can't control everything around you, you can determine how you behave. If you learn to know and manage your emotions well, you will make wiser decisions. Everything in life can change. Things you have today can be gone tomorrow. But you can also rebuild many things. Life has good times and bad. Every step, whether success or failure, moves you forward. Every effort makes you stronger. If you focus on your own path, you'll be happier. Then you'll think less negatively of yourself or others. Sometimes people think for a very long time until they realize that their heart knows the best answer. It helps to listen to that quiet feeling inside you. Even if your head is full of thoughts, your heart often shows you what's good for you. Especially in difficult times, your gut can show you the right path. Your thoughts are strong. What you think about yourself influences your life. It's easy to make excuses, but it takes courage to seek new paths. Don't let things stop you just because they're difficult. Life doesn't wait until you feel ready. Every day is an opportunity to move forward and become braver. Don't allow anyone to mistreat you, even if you like them. You deserve to be treated with respect. Your inner well-being matters. For your mental balance, you need clear boundaries. Imagine your soul is a garden. If you don't keep it tidy, the weeds will spread. Consider which behaviors in your relationships are good for you and which aren't. True love doesn't mean you have to put up with everything. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, it shows they don't value you properly. You have the right to relationships in which you feel safe. Lies often make things worse. Even if honesty hurts sometimes, it's ultimately better. When you trust yourself, you don't have to explain yourself. It shows in your attitude. It's perfectly normal to miss someone without wanting them back. Sometimes we remember people because they once meant a lot to us. That doesn't mean they have to be part of our lives again. The pain shows that something important was there in the past. Difficult times help us become stronger. They prepare us for new challenges. Every challenge teaches us something about life and about ourselves. Some people only belong in your heart, not in your life anymore. You can wish them well even if they don't stay with you. You'll feel better if you make decisions that will be good for you in the long run. If you sacrifice your happiness for something small, you might regret it later. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. If someone leaves because you're protecting yourself, they weren't good for you. Your inner peace is more important than pleasing others. Life becomes easier when you forgive, even without hearing an apology. Sometimes we wait a long time for someone to say, "I'm sorry," but that doesn't always happen. When you learn to let go and move on without being angry, you feel freer. Forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you. The first change begins when you decide to stop staying where you are. When you commit to what you want, you'll be happier than if you just settle for the present. You find peace when you stop holding on to things that never happened. When you forgive, you can move on without negative thoughts. Success that grows slowly strengthens your character. It's like a tree that grows stronger with each day. Patience and perseverance help you develop while remaining humble. When success comes too quickly, the knowledge to sustain it is often lacking. Many distractions hinder you on your way to your goals. Imagine you want to do something important, but something keeps making noise or distracting you. To move forward, you have to focus on what's important and leave out what's unimportant. If you only do what others do, you'll only get what others have. Big steps often come from bold decisions and new paths. In friendships and relationships, it is important not to accept everything just because someone is important to you. To protect your worth, sometimes you have to say difficult things, even to people you care about. Make sure you're working toward the life you want, and don't let minor disruptions distract you. If you keep your desires in mind and keep working toward them, you can build the future you envision. Worry holds you back. Action moves you forward. If you are honest, you will not lose anyone who truly values you. If you don't recognize yourself, you're missing out on something special. When you act from genuine feeling, you become visible to the right people. If you know yourself well, you're not afraid of losing something that doesn't suit you. Your confidence in yourself can be shattered if you promise yourself something too often and then don't keep it. Every broken promise weakens your self-esteem a little. Don't constantly compare your future with your past. Looking back can help you learn from past mistakes. But if you cling to the old for too long, it's difficult to continue growing. You can only get as far as you're willing to be honest with yourself. Mistakes and defeats will pass, as long as you keep going. If you don't give up, you can overcome any obstacle. Every time you get back up after a setback, you become braver and wiser. When you blame others for your problems, you also give them power over your life. It's as if you're allowing them to dictate your feelings, but only you can decide how you feel. Trust is precious, but trusting blindly can hurt. It's good to be cautious and think carefully about who you trust. This protects your values and your heart. You are the person who should understand yourself best. When you know who you are and accept yourself as you are, you lay the foundation for a true and happy life. Listen to your inner voice. Accept yourself with everything that belongs to you. This way, you'll feel good about yourself, even when things get difficult. Life becomes more beautiful when you stop believing that you always have enough time. Many people think they still have plenty of time, but every day is a new opportunity. Use your time wisely. Even small steps bring you closer to your dreams. The first to apologize shows courage, the first to forgive shows strength, and the first to let go is often the one who is truly happy. Kindness and compassion not only enrich your life, but also the lives of those around you. Kindness brings you peace and genuine joy. There is no single thing that will make all your worries disappear. No great success, no special friendship, and no dream goal alone can heal everything within you. Life is made up of many parts, and it helps to look at your difficulties from different perspectives. Sometimes it's good to be polite even to people who don't treat you well. This doesn't reflect what they are like, but rather who you are. The way you treat others reflects what's important to you in your heart, regardless of how others treat you. It's not about always winning. What's more important is that you can be proud of yourself for giving it your best. Only you can decide what true success means to you. Be happy not just about the goal, but also about the path you took to get there and all the effort you put into it. Figure out why you want to do something. This why will help you see your own path more clearly and make decisions that suit you. When you know what you're fighting for, it will be easier for you to stick with it. It can be difficult to admit that you are part of a problem, but if you're honest with yourself, you can change things. It may hurt at first, but over time your heart will calm down. Say what you feel and be who you really are. The people who like you will accept you as you are. Those who don't like your openness may not be as important as you thought. Try to find happiness within yourself, not in others. If you're only happy when others are around, you'll feel empty the moment they're gone. When you feel like giving up, remember what motivated you in the beginning. Remember what has given you strength and hold on to it. It's important to balance friendships and your own goals. If you give up everything for just one thing, you may lose both. Love can come around several times in a lifetime. Even if someone you love leaves, it can still be right for you. Love can grow anew if you're willing to let it back into your heart. In life, you will often have to consider what is truly important to you and what you are willing to let go of. If you don't make decisions yourself, life will make them for you. Have the courage to choose your own path. Change often begins when you question old patterns and try new things. Often, it's precisely the unknown that makes you grow. Mistakes and difficult times can teach you a lot. They show you what didn't work well and help you do things differently next time. It's normal to feel sad, even when you did the right thing. Sometimes it takes strength to do the right thing, but in the end it's worth it. No matter how friendly you are, there will always be people who don't like you. It's a waste of time to always try to please them. Instead, look at those who like you for who you are. Constant procrastination can also lead to regrets later. It's better to act now than to wish you'd started sooner. Difficult times often show you things you didn't see before. They help you see life through different eyes. You don't have to prove to anyone how valuable you are. You don't need pity or constant validation. The people who truly love you will show it without you asking. True love is about respect and the desire to accept the other person as they are. When you feel safe and seen in a relationship, you don't need to fear abandonment. You will have to learn to deal with pain in life. Difficult moments help you discover your strength. When you face the tough things, you realize you can accomplish more than you thought. Even if life is tough at times, you can learn something from every storm. Money alone doesn't make you happy, but it can help you feel more secure. Having little money can make life harder and close some doors for you. Happiness doesn't depend on money, but having enough to take care of important things allows you to focus more on what your heart desires. Avoiding your problems won't make them go away. They'll stay there until you're ready to confront them. Only then can you grow from them. If you can't forgive yourself or others, regret often stays with you for a long time. It's easy to compare yourself to others and lose yourself in the process, but you'll be much more rewarded if you see your own path and acknowledge even small steps forward. Some people will take advantage of your willingness to help if you don't set boundaries. That's why it's important to think carefully about who you trust, take good care of yourself, and protect your own feelings. Many difficulties seem bigger than they really are at first. If you focus too much on them, they'll seem even worse. Constantly searching for joy can also make you sad. If you're always chasing happiness, you often feel empty. It helps to live in the here and now, to be grateful for what is already there, and to notice the small, beautiful things in everyday life. Treat yourself gently as you would a dear friend. When you treat yourself with love, you'll find more peace within. When you're younger, you'll realize that not every friendship lasts forever. But every connection teaches you something. There's no reason to be sad when something ends. It helps you learn and grow. Your family and friends often only want the right thing for you, but they don't always know what's best for you. That's why it's important to listen to your own feelings and thoughts. Sometimes you have to do things that others don't understand. This doesn't show weakness. It's a sign that you're finding your way. True strength begins when you trust yourself and recognize how much courage you have within you. Love is never a reason to allow yourself to be mistreated. In any relationship, it's important to set boundaries that give you security. It takes time to sense when it's better to remain silent and when you should speak up. But when you learn to stay calm and act clearly, many things become easier. It can take courage to try something new. But if you always stay in your comfort zone, you'll never discover what could have been possible. Life doesn't have a fixed plan. You'll get ahead if you stick with it and believe in yourself. You don't have to be irreplaceable to everyone. If you try to please everyone, you might forget about yourself. It's important to use your strengths and build relationships that empower you. Learn to take care of yourself, in your emotions, with your body, and even with your money, without completely relying on others. Sometimes you learn more from people who aren't well disposed towards you than from friends. Good lessons often lie where you least expect them. Many people give up on their goals because they're afraid of failure. Some are even afraid of succeeding, but that shouldn't stop you. Keep going, step by step. That's how you discover how much strength lies within you. Not everyone will like you, and that's okay. It's also not possible to be nice to everyone all the time. Some people won't understand you, and that's not your fault. It's good to be kind, but it's equally important to have clear boundaries. Your kindness shouldn't be taken advantage of. Pay attention to how people behave when things get difficult. That's when you'll see who's genuinely sticking with you. In times when you're not feeling well, you'll recognize who's truly there for you. When old pain doesn't heal, it can cause you to hurt people who aren't to blame. Feelings that lie deep within you often surface eventually if you ignore them for a long time. Take time to feel your grief, understand it, and then let it go. If you don't, you'll carry that pain into new friendships and create problems you could have avoided. Don't expect too much from others, and don't give your trust without thinking. It's better to be honest and not cling to something just because it's familiar. You should always be important to yourself, even if that means letting go of something that once meant a lot to you. Sometimes you only discover your strongest sides when you go through difficult times. Pain can help you grow internally and become stronger. Obstacles show you how much power you truly have. It's not just important to talk about your successes, your difficult experiences are also important. Find people who understand you and listen to you. A good friend or loved one can encourage you in dark moments. It often seems easier to ignore the pain, but that only makes it worse. If you always look away, it becomes more difficult to face the problem. Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you keep going despite the fear. Ask yourself what's worrying you and find a healthy way to deal with it. In important moments, you always have a choice. You can control the moment or let it overwhelm you. Use this opportunity to evolve and shape your life. Every choice either moves you forward or holds you back. There are people who only think about themselves and exploit others. They'll overstep your boundaries if you don't make them clear. That's why it's important to protect yourself. Think carefully about who you trust. Pay attention to how you talk about yourself and how you view your life. Your thoughts influence how you act. When you're aware of your thoughts, you'll gain more clarity about what you want to do. Your thinking is the only thing you can truly control. Some people only remember your mistakes, no matter what good you do. But that shouldn't bother you. Live by what you believe, not what others demand of you. Life continually presents you with challenges. Your reactions are your responses. It's not about being perfect. It's about developing and learning from what you experience. Don't try to do everything right all the time. The desire to do everything perfectly can hold you back from moving forward. It hurts when you realize that others don't put you first. But don't let this feeling dictate your life. You get to decide where you want to go. If you don't determine your own path, you can get lost. Without a goal, you often feel empty. Choose your own path and take it step by step. Dreams are beautiful things. But if you don't make a plan, they'll just remain thoughts in your head. To make them happen, you have to consider what you can do and be willing to do something about it. If you notice that something is no longer good for you, be strong enough to let it go. There's no point in holding on if something makes you sad. Good times and bad times often feel less intense than we first think. We get used to them faster than we think. Never look down on anyone, no matter who they are. When someone treats you as if you're worth less, it hurts. It can strain your trust and your friendships. People who treat you badly don't belong in your life. Remember, even a happy life has sad moments. Without the hard times, we would appreciate the good ones less. It's okay to feel disappointed or sad sometimes. It helps you become stronger and recognize the good even more. Before you try to find happiness in others, be content with yourself first. It's important to know yourself and what truly brings you joy. Take time for yourself and pay attention to what's good for you. Don't be afraid of life. There are many wonderful experiences waiting for you. If you believe that life will also bring you good things, you'll deal with difficulties better. Every moment, no matter how easy or difficult, helps you move forward. And sometimes it's wiser to let go of old resentment. Forgiveness gives you new strength and lightens your heart. The only thing that can truly stop your dreams is the fear of failure. Fear is powerful, but you can overcome it if you keep going, step by step. Don't let it paralyze you. Imagine what it would be like to live your dream and do something for it every day. You often only feel the true value of a moment after it's over. That's why you should enjoy it while it lasts. When you look at your feelings instead of pushing them away, the pain diminishes. This way you find peace and new strength for your path. What someone does says more about them than their words. It's not difficult to say beautiful things, but who someone really is revealed in what they do. Observe how people behave. This will help you better recognize what they are really like. You will grow internally when you stop blaming others for your problems. Instead, ask yourself what you yourself can do to change things. When you take responsibility for your own life, you become stronger. If someone's behavior confuses you, pay attention to what their actions create. This way, you will not only get to know them better, but also yourself. The biggest risk is not taking any risks at all. In a world that's constantly changing, staying safe won't get you anywhere. Sometimes it seems intimidating to try something new, but often the courage is worth it. You'll never know what would have been possible if you didn't try. And don't forget, today is yours alone. Don't wait for the best moment to start. Every small step you take today brings you a little closer to your dream. The little things in life are often the most important. A genuine smile, a beautiful sky, a quiet moment with a friend. All of these can touch your heart. Practice being grateful for such moments. It's good to learn to let go of what you can't change. Holding on to it makes you sad. Instead, focus your energy on what you can change. Happiness is not a destination at the end of a path. It accompanies you every step of the way. You don't have to search for it as if it were far away. You'll find it in everyday life if you're mindful. Enjoy everything you learn and experience. Don't try to be what others want you to be. What matters is that you stay true to yourself. What makes you different is your gift to the world. If you live according to your own values, you'll feel better than someone who just conforms. Life often brings surprises, and no one knows what tomorrow will bring. You don't have to have everything under control. Sometimes things happen that you didn't expect. Instead of fighting back, you can learn to deal with them well. Making mistakes isn't bad, it just shows that you're trying to learn something. Every mistake brings you a step closer to becoming the person you want to be. Don't stress too much about what went wrong. Take it as an experience and try to do better next time. Mistakes aren't defeats, they're steps that move you forward. Compassion is like an invisible treasure. The more you give of it, the more it grows within you. It means recognizing and taking seriously the feelings of others. Everyone carries their own thoughts and worries. Sometimes it's enough to simply be there and listen. The real value in life lies not in things, but in the people close to you and in the special moments you experience together. Nurture these connections. They make your life brighter and warmer. It is important to see what you already have. Don't just focus on what you still lack. Open your eyes to the many good things that already surround you. When you are grateful, you realize how much beauty there is every day. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on anger or rage. Learn to forgive yourself and others. This will lighten your heart, and you can move on more freely and peacefully. If something blocks your path, don't give up right away. Difficult situations don't mean you'll fail. They can help you become stronger inside. Show courage and keep going even when it's hard work. Every step you take builds your self-confidence. Every new day is special. It's worth experiencing it with open eyes and a grateful heart. When you learn to see the light even in the darkness, you'll realize that you have more strength within you than you thought. Being honest with yourself helps you live a fulfilling life. It's important to recognize and accept your feelings, desires, and what you need. Don't let fear hold you back. Dare to pursue your dreams. Even if the path is difficult, every small step brings you closer to your goal. Have the courage to make decisions, even if you feel unsure about them. You grow through these decisions, and every step is a part of that. Love is a language that everyone can understand. It connects people, no matter where they come from or how different they are. When you fill your life with love, your actions take on a deeper meaning. A friendly smile, a kind word, or a small act of help can brighten someone's day. Pay attention to the small opportunities where you can show kindness and love. Life is like a road full of surprises. Enjoy every stretch and learn something from every experience. Mistakes are not final destinations, but alternative paths on your journey. Things might not work out. That's completely normal. You can learn from every mistake and become stronger as a result. It's better to try something and stumble than to do nothing at all. Think of every mistake as a step that takes you further up the ladder. You don't need permission from others to follow your dreams. Trust yourself and pursue what moves your heart. True beauty doesn't come from the outside, but is shown in your kind behavior and the warmth you give to others. Also, be mindful of your own boundaries. Don't lose yourself while being there for others. Patience is a skill that grows slowly. In a world where everything has to happen quickly, waiting is often difficult. But patience is like a small plant. If you look after it well, it will grow strong. Learn to listen carefully. For it's not just what you say that matters, but also how attentively you listen to others. When you really listen, you show the people around you that you care. Happiness doesn't come from things, but from being close to people you care about. Things can be beautiful, but it's the special moments with others that fill your heart. A simple smile can make a big difference. Sometimes a friendly look is enough to brighten someone's day. It's like a small ray of light on a gray day. When you're grateful for what you have, you'll realize that you often have more than you thought. There are reasons to be thankful every day. You just have to look closely. Even small actions can trigger something big. A kind word, a helping hand, or a quick greeting can show someone that they're not alone. Often, it's these little things that make the world a friendlier place. It's more important to stay true to yourself than to appear flawless. In a world where so many are concerned with appearances, Your honesty is something very valuable. When you're genuine, you attract people who like you for who you really are. Being humble helps you discover something in every encounter. You can learn something from even the smallest moments if you remain open. Life is like a long journey full of opportunities to learn new things. Every experience helps you grow internally, like a tree that slowly grows larger and spreads its branches. Your body is your constant companion. Take good care of it, give it nutritious food and exercise regularly. If you take care of your body, you'll not only feel fitter, but also more balanced inside. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone follows their own path and moves at their own pace. Just as no two flowers look exactly alike, your path is also unique. Look at your own progress and be proud of what you've achieved. Celebrate your steps, even if they seem small. Your path is unique, and that's precisely what makes it so special. Forgiving means letting go of something heavy. If you carry anger and sadness with you for too long, it can feel like you're carrying a heavy burden. When you forgive, you let go of this heaviness and feel freer. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting what was. It means letting go of the feelings that bind you to the past. Success often comes to those who don't give up. The path is sometimes full of hurdles, but with perseverance and strength, you can overcome any obstacle. Imagine each obstacle as a large boulder. When you step over it, you become stronger and move closer to your goal. The more curious you remain, the more you realize how much there is still to discover. Being open to new things helps you continue learning. Curiosity and humility will show you new paths. It's also important to speak honestly and stand by what you say. If you are honest and reliable, others will trust you. What happened cannot be changed, but you can learn from it. Take what you've learned with you into your today. Don't dwell on old ideas for too long. It's much more important to make decisions today that will make your tomorrow better. Listen to what your inner voice tells you. Sometimes your heart speaks more clearly than words. Your inner voice often knows the right path. Sometimes it's better to be quiet. Words aren't always necessary. Sometimes silence can reveal more than many sentences. In quiet moments, you can reflect and gather new strength. Learn to appreciate these pauses. If you make an effort to understand how others are feeling, you'll recognize them better. Compassion helps you build a deeper connection with others. Listen and show understanding. That's how true friendships develop. Before you give your heart to others, it is important to love yourself. Loving yourself means treating yourself with love and paying attention to your inner self. When you're kind to yourself, it's easier for you to maintain good relationships. Every difficult time you've overcome has made you stronger. Difficulties show you how much strength you have within you. Life is too short to be constantly annoyed. Some things seem big, but in the end they're not that important. Instead of dwelling on worries, focus on the people and things that truly matter to you. Let go of small worries and pay more attention to the good times. Before you judge someone, try to understand them. Everyone has their own struggles, which you often can't see. It's worth being open and listening carefully. Creativity is a beautiful way to show what you feel and think. It's like a small spark just waiting to light up. It doesn't matter whether something is perfect. What matters is that it brings you joy. Whether you paint, sing, or write, find your own expression. If you have fun doing it, that's enough. Kindness is contagious. A smile, a kind word, or a little help can brighten someone's day. Even a small act can have a big impact, more than you think. Life has bright days and dark days. Learn to deal with both. Imagine life like the ocean. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's turbulent. There are days when everything is easy, and days when it's hard to keep going. But even then, you can stay strong and not give up. If you fall, get back up. With every experience, you become a little stronger. Learning doesn't stop with school. Every day, something new awaits you. Read exciting books, try new things, or talk to people who think differently. If you stay curious, your mind will stay alive. The world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. Change is part of life. Sometimes it's frightening, but it often brings something good. Life is like the changing seasons. It never stays the same. If you learn to embrace change, you can grow from it. Stay open to what lies ahead and trust that you can take something important from every new beginning. Acting kindly is like a small light that brings warmth for you and for others. Every good deed is like a small seed that can grow if you take care of it. It doesn't have to be big things. Even listening or helping someone for a moment can brighten someone's day. A kind word or a smile can be just what someone desperately needs. Be kind every day. That way you'll help make the world a kinder place. A life with joy and courage feels alive. Find what you're passionate about, perhaps music, exercise, or helping others, and pursue it with heart. Once you've found something that matters to you, every step along the way becomes meaningful, even if it's sometimes difficult. Every small step forward brings you closer to what you want. Even difficult times can show you something valuable. Problems aren't there to hold you back, but to show you how much strength you have. You can imagine every problem as a stone in your path. You can stop, or you can use it to move forward. Often, it's the difficult moments that make us grow. Respect is like a silent bond that connects people. When you treat others with care and kindness, you show them that they matter. Everyone has their own experiences and feelings. When you listen carefully and show consideration, trust develops. This is how relationships thrive on understanding and warmth develop. Patience and perseverance will help you achieve your dreams. Imagine your goal is like a young tree. It needs water, light, and time to grow strong. Even if you don't see any change at first, every small step is worth it. Stick with it, even if it takes longer than you think. If you keep going, you'll get there. A good life needs balance. When you balance school, friends, leisure time, and rest, you'll feel better. It's important to take some time to quiet down to recharge. Only when you take good care of yourself can you help others with full strength. Don't let fear decide what you can do. Fear sometimes feels large and heavy, like a dark cloud. But if you dare to face it, it will shrink. Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid, it means you keep going despite the fear. Every courageous step makes you more confident. Be loving to yourself. You need compassion just like everyone else. We all make mistakes, and that's completely normal. It's important to forgive yourself and treat yourself kindly. When you realize that no one has to do everything right, you can more easily accept yourself and look to the future with hope. Words have an impact. Choose them carefully. What you say can help or hurt others. Think carefully before you speak and express yourself with respect. Your words can encourage, bring joy, or comfort someone. Use them with heart. A good balance makes life easier. When you find the right balance of everything, when eating, playing, studying, or resting, you'll feel better. It's good to enjoy beautiful things. But it's also important not to want too much. The power lies in the middle. It is often the little things that touch the heart, the smell of rain, the smile of a friend, or the view of the evening sky. Moments like these show you how precious life is. If you learn to appreciate these simple things, you'll find more joy in your everyday life. A fulfilling life begins with liking yourself. Everyone has their good and bad sides. That's part of being a person. That's what makes you unique. When you learn to be kind to your strengths and your flaws, you'll feel more comfortable in your own skin. And the more you accept yourself, the easier it becomes to treat others with kindness and warmth. Being honest is the basis for trust. When you speak openly with yourself and with others, people feel comfortable around you. Honesty creates closeness and connection. When you show who you really are, you make it easier for others to be honest too. Gratitude is like a shining treasure in your heart. When you think about what's good for you, you'll feel more joy. It doesn't have to be big things. A kind look, a quiet moment, or a good friend can fill your heart with joy. If you think about what you're grateful for every day, you'll see that life has more beauty than you might have thought. There are days that feel difficult, but you can stand firm. Even when the storm hits, you have a strength within you that keeps you upright. Imagine yourself like a tree that bends in the wind but doesn't fall. Every difficult moment can help you become stronger and braver. Your time is precious. Use it carefully. Consider what's truly important to you and try to fill your days with things that bring you joy. Every moment counts. The more you connect with what makes you happy, the richer your life will be. Luck doesn't mean that everything goes well. Happiness often comes from within. It's a feeling you can discover within yourself, even if not everything is perfect. Sometimes a little joke, a ray of sunshine, or a pleasant conversation is enough to remind you how beautiful life can be. Surround yourself with people who make you feel comfortable and try to see the good side. This will increase your happiness. It's good to remember nice things. Take a moment each day to think about what makes you smile. You might even want to write it down, the chirping of a bird, a good conversation, or the warm light in the evening. Even though it's sometimes difficult, it helps to consciously look for the good. With a little practice, you'll notice your heart feeling lighter. It often feels more comfortable to stick with what you know, but when you dare to try new things, you'll learn what you're capable of. Fear is part of it. It just shows you that you have something important ahead of you. Every step into something new helps you become braver and discover your own path. Life never stays the same. It changes, like a river that flows calmly and quickly. If you learn to adapt, you can learn something from every situation. Whether you experience good times or difficult ones, they all help you grow and show you who you are and what you're capable of. Your thinking is strong. What you think influences how you feel and how you view life. Pay close attention to your thoughts. When something gets difficult, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Every problem contains an opportunity to learn something new and become more courageous. In difficult times, it is easy to forget everything you have already achieved. Take a moment to reflect on your progress, even the small ones. They show you how far you've come. If you're stuck right now, be gentle with yourself. Contentment often doesn't come from more, but from gratitude for what you already have. The little things in everyday life, a pleasant view, a quiet evening, or the smell of freshly baked goods, are often the most valuable. Honesty helps you build good connections with others. When you show how you truly feel, others can understand you better. And when you listen attentively when someone speaks, you show that you care about them. This builds trust. Passion is what drives you internally. Find what makes your heart happy. Perhaps something creative, something involving movement, or something that helps others. It doesn't have to be perfect before you begin. Often taking the first step is all that matters. The rest will follow along the way. Mistakes are part of it. No one can do everything right all the time, and that's perfectly fine. It's braver to keep going even when you've done something wrong than to stand still. If you make a mistake, learn from it, forgive yourself, and move on. Every mistake shows you how to do better next time. Life is happening right now. If you only think about tomorrow, you'll miss the beautiful moments that exist today. Look around. Listen. Feel what's happening around you. A loved one, a joyful moment, or a quiet view of nature. All of this is now, not later. Helping others feels good. When you stand by someone, it brightens their day for both of you. It doesn't have to be anything big. Sometimes just listening or lending a hand is enough. Every kind act brings warmth into the world. You can decide for yourself how to find happiness. Don't wait for someone else to make you happy. You can choose how you react to what happens to you. Even if something doesn't go as planned, you can still find something good in it. Mistakes don't mean you've failed. They're like little signposts trying to show you something. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. What matters is that you learn from them and move on. When you can accept your mistakes, it's easier to be kind to yourself and try new things. There are beautiful things to discover all around you. You just have to look more closely. A loved one, a fresh breeze, the laughter of a child, or the rustling of leaves. All of these can make you happy if you notice them. These little things make life special. Sometimes it's not desire that helps you, but perseverance. There will be days when you don't have as much energy, but if you keep going, you'll be proud of yourself. Even slow steps will bring you closer to your goal. The important thing is that you stick with it. Patience is a special strength. It's not easy to wait when something is important to you. But many beautiful things take time. Imagine you're planting a flower. It needs water, light, and patience. Eventually it will bloom, but only if you don't give up on it. If you're honest, you won't lose anyone who truly respects you. Only people who don't recognize your worth will leave. True love means accepting the other person as they are. If you act from the heart and remain honest, you won't lose anyone who belongs to you. If you know yourself well and accept yourself, you don't need to fear missing out on something that wasn't meant for you. Look for connections that are based on mutual respect and genuine understanding. Give the people around you space to be themselves. This will make your relationship strong. If you repeatedly make promises to yourself and then break them, your self-confidence weakens. Every broken promise is like a small crack in your inner foundation. Stop constantly comparing what was with what's to come. The past can help you learn, but it shouldn't hold you back. You can only grow if you're willing to be honest with yourself. Things that go wrong don't stay that way forever. As long as you keep going, perseverance and clarity will carry you through many obstacles. Every time you get back up after a setback, you become stronger and braver. When you blame others for your unhappiness, you're also giving them power over your life. It's as if you're giving them the key to your inner peace. Remember, you get to decide how you feel and how you want to live. Trust is important, but believing everything too quickly can hurt. Find a good balance between trust and caution. Choose carefully who you confide in to protect yourself. You are the only person who truly needs to know what's going on inside you. Understanding and accepting yourself is the foundation for a genuine and contented life. Listen to your thoughts and feelings. Accept yourself with everything that belongs to you, with what you're good at and with what you find difficult. Whenever you choose to be completely yourself, you become freer and more honest. This is how you develop a life in which you feel good. Life becomes clearer when you stop believing you have an infinite amount of time. Every day is a new opportunity. Use your time consciously. Even small steps that bring you closer to your goal are precious. Those who have the courage to ask for forgiveness first show heart. Those who forgive first demonstrate inner strength. And those who make peace the quickest are often the happiest. Compassion and generosity not only make your life more beautiful, but also the lives of those around you. Warmth brings peace and joy. Life is too short to hold on to old hurts. Resentment is like a heavy stone you constantly carry with you. Put it down and you'll be able to walk more easily. Let go of what made you sad. Forgive the people who hurt you. When you let go of the old pain, you make room for joy and peace today and tomorrow. Allow yourself to enjoy the present without carrying the burden of the past. True freedom arises when you stop belittling yourself. We often stand in our own way. Ask yourself if what you think about yourself is actually helping you. You can choose new thoughts that empower you. This way, you can live your life the way that suits you. And remember, rest and self-care are not unimportant. They are necessary. Being there for yourself is like recharging your batteries. Only then can you walk your path with joy. The beauty lies in the diversity of all people. Each person is like a unique flower, and together we form a colorful garden. Rejoice in the differences. Everyone brings something of their own that enriches the world. Life is unpredictable. Things often turn out differently than we expect. Learn to see the unknown not as a threat, but as a part of life. Every day brings surprises. When you stop fighting them, you can discover new things and grow internally. Accept that you can't control everything in life. Life is like the weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy, and we can't predict or control everything. There will be times when, despite our best efforts, we have no influence on circumstances. But that doesn't mean we're weak. On the contrary, true strength shows itself when we have the courage to show our vulnerability. When we openly admit that we're at a loss, that we need help or that we're sad, then we show that we've matured internally. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage. Everyone needs someone to stand by them from time to time. By accepting support, we open our hearts and create space for deep, honest connections with others. Don't be afraid to show your vulnerability. It doesn't make you small, it makes you human. Sharing your worries or fears with others creates understanding. You don't have to carry everything alone. Imagine having a group of friends around you that is like a safe haven, a place where you can just be yourself without having to pretend. Mistakes and setbacks are part of life. They are like little stumbling blocks on a path, but each one moves you forward. Every mistake is like a little lamp that shows you something new about yourself or life. Don't hide from these moments. Embrace them. Because every mistake can be a teacher that helps you grow and become stronger. Don't try to fit a predetermined mold. You are not a product that has to conform to standards. You are a unique person with your own color, your own sound. In a world that often demands that we conform, your uniqueness is your greatest treasure. Imagine a garden in which every flower is different. Some large, some small, some brightly colored, others delicate and simple. But each one contributes to the beauty of the whole. It is the same with people. The true richness of life lies not in money or possessions, but in the experiences we have and the relationships that touch us. An honest conversation, a shared laugh, a quiet moment with a loved one. These are the true treasures. Life is like a blank canvas. Every day you are given new colors to paint with, some light, some dark, but all of them are part of the picture. Nothing is predetermined. You are not just a spectator, you are a co-creator of your life. Instead of comparing yourself to others or being jealous of what they have, focus your attention on what you have. Think of a gardener who lovingly tends his plants. He doesn't look enviously over the fence at his neighbor. He cares for what is growing in front of him. It is the same with your life. Nurture it with patience and dedication, and you will discover miracles meant only for you. We are often afraid of making mistakes. We are afraid of failing, of being judged, or of being overlooked. But remember, true change begins within ourselves. Before we can change the world, we should be willing to work on our own inner selves. It is easy to look outside for the blame. But real progress happens when we recognize our weaknesses and are willing to face them. Gratitude is a powerful guide. When we pause and appreciate what we have, be it a roof over our heads, a good conversation, or a quiet moment, our perspective on life changes. Even in difficult times, gratitude can be like a ray of sunshine breaking through dark clouds. True beauty doesn't come from a perfect exterior, but from the light that shines within. It shows in your actions, in your kindness, in the warmth of your words. In a world that often judges the outside, it's important not to forget the inside. Don't judge others based on their past. Everyone carries a story, some full of pain, others full of hope. Everyone deserves the chance to start over, and don't forget, life isn't all work. Joy, play, and rest are important too. We all need moments to breathe, laugh, dance, or just do nothing. Don't let setbacks discourage you. See every challenge as an opportunity. Like a hiker navigating a rocky path, you too will become more confident with every step. Every difficulty you overcome makes you stronger, braver, and wiser. Remember, life is a journey, not a race. Approach it with curiosity, like a child discovering the world with wonder. Try new things, learn from your experiences, because in every moment, in every encounter, lies the chance to learn something about yourself and the world. Don't let stress and worry dominate your life. In a world that often moves too fast, where deadlines pile up and expectations lurk around every corner, it's easy to be overwhelmed by inner pressure. But imagine your mind is like a calm lake. When you learn to calm your thoughts, the waters will become clear again and you can see what really matters. True serenity doesn't come when everything is perfect, but when you walk through imperfect days with a clear heart. Take small breaks regularly. Breathe deeply. Go for a walk and feel the wind on your skin or the sun on your face. Such simple moments are like anchors that keep you in the here and now. They help you find peace within yourself, even in stormy times. Remember, happiness doesn't begin outside. It grows from within. It shows up in what brings you joy, in a smile, a song, a moment of silence. Don't let yourself depend on how others see you. Find your light and let it shine from within. Learn to appreciate the present moment as if it were a precious gift, because it is. When we constantly live in the past or fear the future, we miss the only thing that is truly real: the now. When you engage with the present moment, life becomes more intense, more real, more alive. It's as if you are consciously tasting every drop of a sweet drink or walking barefoot through soft grass, full of awareness and feeling. There are no shortcuts to success, no secret doors. All that matters is the path you take day by day. Sometimes they are small steps, almost imperceptible, but each one brings you closer to your goal. Be patient with yourself. Persevere even when it's difficult. Trust the process. Someday you will look back and realize how far you've come, not by chance but through your own perseverance and determination. Don't hesitate to ask for help if you feel overwhelmed. It's not a sign of weakness, but of courage and wisdom. Imagine you're carrying a heavy backpack. Some days it's lighter, others heavier. Sometimes all you need is a hand to help you put it down for a moment. We all have our burdens. And sometimes what makes us stronger is not carrying them, but sharing them. Confide in the people who matter to you. Sometimes just a conversation, a listening ear, an honest "I'm here for you" is enough. And remember, your path is unique. There's no point in constantly comparing yourself to others. Everyone has their own pace, their own challenges, their own dreams. Celebrate your own successes, however small they may seem. They are proof that you're growing. Life is too short to fill it with regret. Every day we spend in regret is a day we don't breathe freely. Mistakes aren't walls that hold us back. They're like signposts that show us where we still have room to learn. Don't stand still. Accept your mistakes as part of your story, learn from them, and move on. Don't wait for the right moment, because that perfect moment only exists in your mind. What you have now is enough to begin. The best stories often begin in unexpected places, with simple first steps. There will be obstacles along the way, but they are precisely what make you brave, creative, and resilient. Remember, even a small step is a step forward, and every single one brings you closer to the life you want. Do what you can today, with heart, with courage, with joy. Don't let stress and worry control your life. In a world that is often loud, fast-paced, and full of expectations, it's easy to get lost in the hustle and bustle. Thoughts are constantly racing, deadlines are pressing, and inner pressure is growing. But imagine your inner self like a garden. If you tend to it regularly with peace, mindfulness, and short breaks, it can blossom again. Serenity doesn't come from being quiet, but from learning to find peace amidst the noise. Breathe deeply, listen to the birds, or feel the ground beneath your feet while taking a walk. These simple things are like water for your inner garden. Remember, true happiness doesn't come from how others see you, but from how you treat yourself. It's that quiet smile you feel when you treat yourself at peace, without judgment, without pressure, simply as you are. Take advantage of every opportunity and take small steps towards your goals, no matter how small they seem. Every day is like a blank page in a book that only you can write. And not every page has to be spectacular. Some contain just a single sentence, but even that can be meaningful. Maybe you'll get up earlier today, maybe you'll write down a thought, or maybe you'll take a short walk. These seemingly tiny actions are like drops that over time form a stone. Life is a gift that doesn't wait. So don't waste it worrying about things that don't matter, like whether others like you or whether something is completely perfect. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist, but authenticity does, and it makes your life come alive. Don't let the fear of rejection stop you. Your dreams are like stars. Some twinkle close by, others seem far away. But all are achievable if you have the courage to go one step at a time. The sky is big enough for your dreams. Learn to appreciate the present moment. We often think about what was or worry about what might come, but in doing so we miss what is happening right now, and that is often beautiful. The moment when you eat your favorite meal and really savor every bite, the moment when a ray of sunshine warms your face. When you are completely in the now, life feels fuller, deeper, more real. There are no shortcuts to happiness or success. What matters is that you stick with it, with patience, with perseverance, with heart. Even if the road is bumpy, every small step takes you forward, And someday, when you look back, you will see how far you have come. Not because it was easy, but because you stayed brave. Don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. Imagine your burden is a heavy backpack. Sometimes you can barely feel it, other times it presses down heavily on your shoulders. In such moments, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of inner greatness. It means that you value yourself enough not to fight your way through life alone. Everyone needs a helping hand now and then. Dare to be honest and turn to the people who are good for you. And don't constantly compare yourself to others. Everyone runs their own marathon at their own pace. Some start earlier, some later, some take detours, others take breaks. Your path is not a race, but your own personal journey. Celebrate your successes, even the small ones. They are the result of your courage, your patience, and your very own story. Life is too short to spend it with regrets. Every day we spend regretting the past is a lost day in the here and now. Mistakes are part of life. They are not signs of failure, but footprints on the path to inner growth. Every mistake you made was also a decision to try something, to be brave. And that deserves recognition. Learn from it, but don't carry the burden any longer. Look ahead. Just as a gardener in spring doesn't lament the bare winter, but sees the first buds. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Start with what you have, where you are. Even if the road is bumpy and obstacles arise, act now. Every step, no matter how small, every conscious decision brings you closer to the life you want. It is the courage to act, not the fear of failure, that moves you forward. True greatness lies in getting back up after every setback. No one stays unscathed throughout life. We all experience moments when life throws us for a loop, but what truly defines us isn't whether we fall, it's whether we get back up. Think of an athlete who crashes mid-race. The crowd holds its breath, but when they pick themselves up, dust themselves off and keep running, that's the moment they remember. It's the same in life. Every setback is an invitation to learn more about yourself. Perhaps you'll discover a new strength or a different perspective. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? In this way, every obstacle becomes a building block of your inner strength. And that's precisely where true greatness lies, not in being perfect, but in moving forward. Don't let stress and worry control your life. In a world full of noise, deadlines, and expectations, it often feels like we're constantly functioning. But life isn't a race. It's a path you can take at your own pace. When your thoughts start racing, imagine you're standing by a calm lake. Take a deep breath, feel the ground beneath your feet, and simply listen to yourself for a moment. Self-care begins with small gestures, a walk in the woods, a glass of water in silence, or a deep breath by an open window. These quiet moments are like anchors that hold you in the hustle and bustle. And don't forget, happiness doesn't come from external applause, but from inner peace. When you find joy in simple things, the smell of rain, the sound of your favorite music, you're very close to true happiness. Take every opportunity to take small steps. Imagine your life like a book in which you fill a new page every day. These pages don't have to be spectacular. Sometimes a small sentence is enough. Today I took a step further. It's precisely these small steps, a courageous phone call, a sincere smile, a walk in the sunlight, that make all the difference. Life is a gift that can't be repeated. Don't waste it worrying about perfection or what others think of you. Many beautiful moments are hidden in the silence, in a sunrise, in the rustling of leaves, or in the sound of hearty laughter. Your dreams are like stars. Some are closer, others farther away, but they shine. And if you dare to set out, you'll be surprised at how many paths lead to heaven. Stay persistent, day after day. Every morning is like a blank sheet of paper on which you can create something new. Maybe yesterday was difficult, maybe you have regrets, but today is a new opportunity. We all carry memories with us, like a child carries their favorite old toy. But sometimes we have to let go to make room for new things. Life is like a roller coaster ride, with climbs that make you cheer and descents that take your breath away. But every curve has its meaning. Even the difficult moments teach us something about strength, patience, and trust. Learn to celebrate not only the high points, but also the quiet, silent moments, because they are often where you grow the most. Your life is a collection of moments, and each one makes you the person you are. Be proud of your journey. Don't underestimate the power of positive thinking. Your thoughts are like invisible forces that quietly but powerfully shape your world. What you think every day influences how you feel, what you do, and even how you interact with other people. Imagine your mind like a beautiful garden. If you nurture it with love and mindfulness, colorful flowers will grow there, thoughts filled with hope, trust, and gratitude. However, if you allow worry and self-doubt to grow like weeds, it becomes difficult to see the beauty in your life. Every positive thought you allow is like a seed. Perhaps it's the thought, "I am enough." Taurus, today will be a good day. These seeds sometimes take time to visibly bloom, but with patience and care they will grow, and soon you'll notice your view of the world is changing. Problems seem more solvable, encounters more cordial, and even simple things like a warm cup of tea or a smile become more valuable. Life is incredibly powerful, and you are part of that power. When you decide to consciously shape your thoughts in a positive way, your everyday life begins to transform. It's as if you turn on the light in a dark room. Suddenly you see paths you hadn't seen before. Gratitude becomes an inner compass that helps you discover the good even in difficult times, be it in a kind word, a small act of help, or a moment of silence. Imagine your life is a blank canvas. Every day you hold a paintbrush in your hand. You decide which colors you choose, perhaps a bright yellow for hope, a calm blue for trust, or a bold red for courage. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like brushstrokes that gradually create your very own picture. You don't have to paint perfectly. The important thing is that you do it with your heart, honestly, consciously, and courageously. You have the freedom to create the life that suits you. It's not about having everything under control. It's about recognizing that you can make an impact in small, daily steps. Every moment you are kind to yourself, in which you forgive, let go, or start anew, is a sign of your inner strength. And if you ever find yourself lost or doubtful, remember, you can start over as often as you like. The canvas of your life isn't fixed. It can be changed, expanded, painted over. It's never too late to choose new colors. Your life belongs to you. It's waiting for you to fill it with meaning, love, and joy. Trust yourself. You have everything you need within you to create something wonderful. Learn to appreciate the present moment. Far too often our thoughts revolve around what has already happened or what might still happen. We dwell on yesterday's mistakes or worry about tomorrow, forgetting that life is happening right now. The present moment is like a gift we can unwrap. When we are completely in the moment, we experience life much more deeply, as if we were enjoying our favorite meal with all our senses. We smell, taste, feel, and notice. Here I am, and that's good. Imagine your life is like a hike through a beautiful landscape. If you spend all your time thinking about how far you still have to go or how difficult the climb was, you'll miss the flowers along the path, the birds chirping, or the warm light of the sun on your face. The moment is small, yet it carries all that matters. Those who learn to live in the now often discover things they previously overlooked. A friendly smile, a quiet moment of peace, a touch of joy, for no reason at all. Success requires patience, time, and perseverance. In a world where everything happens so quickly, we sometimes forget that real change takes time. There's no shortcut to the goal. No push of a button will suddenly get us where we want to be, but every small step counts. Every day you practice a little, learn a little, or honestly look at a mistake takes you further. View your path like a tree that grows slowly. You don't see new leaves every day, but beneath the ground, deep in the roots, a lot is still happening. Stay patient, determined, and disciplined. Trust that your efforts will eventually pay off, maybe not immediately, but certainly at the right time. When the first fruits ripen, you'll realize how worthwhile the journey was. Have the courage to ask for help. Many people believe they have to do everything on their own, be strong and independent, always. But true strength doesn't lie in never needing help. True strength shows itself when we recognize our limitations and say, "I can't do this alone right now." Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, quite the opposite. It's a sign of wisdom, courage, and trust. Remember, everyone needs support at some point, big or small. Perhaps a good conversation, some advice, or simply a listening ear is all it takes. Don't be too proud to open up to others. Often, this very step is the beginning of an important change. Don't constantly compare yourself to others. It's easy to feel small when you only look at what others have achieved. But everyone has their own story, their own rhythm, their own path. What happens quickly for one person may take longer for another, and that's perfectly fine. Imagine life is like a garden with many plants. Some bloom early, others later, but each has its own beauty. Celebrate your own progress, even if it's small. Perhaps it's quieter than the successes of others, but it's yours alone. And that makes it special. Your path is unique. Walk it with patience, trust, and an open heart. Life is too short to spend it with regrets. Take time to learn from your mistakes and then move on. Every mistake can teach you something and help you grow internally. Don't dwell on what was, look forward and work on evolving. Don't wait for everything to be just right before you begin. Start with what you have now and do your best. A perfect moment almost never comes. You will encounter difficulties along the way, but the important thing is to get going and make the most of what is possible at the time. Remember, even small steps will move you forward and bring you closer to the life you want. Truly strong is someone who gets back up after a difficult moment and carries on. Everyone experiences times when things don't work out or they fail. That's a part of life. Imagine a runner who falls mid-race. The important thing is not the fall, but that they get up, dust themselves off, and keep going. True strength is shown in how we deal with setbacks. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn more about ourselves. When faced with a difficult task, don't give up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I take away from this? Every obstacle you overcome makes you braver and wiser, and that is what true strength means.